Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am still Angus Dr. Random Mole, and right in the middle, I always get this wrong. Yes, right there in the middle. Normally you self-introduce yourself, but you don't know yet that you're in the middle, Sabeel. But you are in the middle, Sabeel.
I always feel like being in the middle.
Sabeel Lamas, or Professor at Play. And right next to Sabeel is...
Άρης.
Ta-dam.
Άρης Μυρπολιτόπουλος.
Absolutely. And so we're out in the wilds right now with our course, The Past at Play, exclamation mark. We're wildly live streaming on Twitch.tv. So if you're just randomly walk into this thing and you're like, what are these people doing? Well, it's a university course, so that's what we're doing.
You haven't gone home.
No, absolutely. For those of you who just followed us here from our previous team meeting, hello, great to see you here. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be playing some Gone Home. And I think without any further ado, let's get to it. Whoops, let me make sure that I in fact can get to it. Just a tiny moment. Some reason. There we go. That's better. Yeah, there we go. That's Gone Home. Gone Home. Has any of you ever played Gone Home, actually?
I have not played Gone Home.
No.
No, not yet.
No.
It's a bit too close for comfort for me, you know? Because I could have been that young woman in 1995.
that is kind of true. So, what young woman you will see in a bit, but I have also never really played. I've just did a bit of preparing for this. I've read a lot about Gone Home,
Me too.
Because it's really one of those very remarkable games of the last decade. Got a lot of critical acclaim, but also a lot of pushback from the gamer community at large. But Dimanius has seen some let's plays. I've played What Remains of Edith Finch, another game by the same studio, Fulbright Studio. Also excellent game, absolutely. But we're going to be playing Gone Home, and this course is about the past at play. But I think we all decided that Gone Home was a good game to play anyway, even if it's a very recent game.
About the recent past.
Yeah, because it is about the recent past, yeah.
Absolutely. So you'll get some game sound in a bit because I have to turn that back up again. But I'm just gonna start it right now.
And it also shows that art and popular culture are not at odds with each other at all, right?
No, right. This is very much an game art project as well, and I mean at odds. This particular game has had quite a bit of pushback from the gaming community. Let me say, I think this will works with the sound.
Works.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Oops. There we go. Let me also
precisely because of the arty side of it, Angus.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. So when this originally came out, and still now, people said this isn't actually so much of a
game.
They basically said. So because as you will see while I start playing, it's not that you don't carry a shotgun, you're not the emperor or a god, or you're not capturing little monsters running around everywhere. You're literally just in control of somebody who has gone home and is now basically has arrived back home. And there's not much to do in terms of action, but it's still definitely a game, and I think that's one of the reasons why we picked it. Right? It's exactly. Dimania says it's a walking simulator,
Absolutely, yeah.
And that is a bit of a derogatory term in a way, because it's like, oh, the only thing that you're doing is walking, which is definitely not the only thing you're doing in this game. So it's a first-person exploration game, but I like the term that you have for them, Sabeel, which is
wandering games.
Wandering games, yeah, not walking simulator, but wandering games. Games about which you wander.
You can do many games, right? But yeah.
So this is on the front of the door. Katie, I'm sorry I can't be there to see you, but it is impossible. Please, please don't go digging around trying to find out where I am. I don't want mom and dad, anyone to know. We'll see each other again someday. Don't be worried. I love you, Sam. All right? Oh,
That's not a good note to see when you're back at home.
no, exactly. And what we missed because I had the sounds turned off in the beginning, but I've just returned home from a year abroad in Europe. Here you go. I'm Caitlin Greenbrier from Portland. Ominous note, absolutely ominous note. So I have played this part before, so I know. Fortunately, this is kind of a scary game, by the way. No jump scares. I can already put your minds at ease. But it has some atmosphere for sure. So fortunately, I can turn the lamps on and off. I can also rummage through a lot of different stuff. So here we go. There's a Christmas duck. And I can also look at this Christmas duck. I can see, for example, that it
Only
was
$5.99.
$5.99. Absolutely. By the way, if this is not something that's very visible, I can put the brightness up a little bit for people in the
I
stream.
think it's relatively okay.
Hey, there you go. Sorry?
Yeah, you can still hear me.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no.
I'm going to give the trumpets. So we do this live streaming a lot. And one of our regulars is J.A. Pasco. So I'm going to give the trumpets to J.A. because that is tradition as well. So I'm going to put it back and take the house key. Let's enter this house and see what is going on. So this is the contents of my backpack, as you can see. Caitlin Greenbrier, United States of America. And here we go. This is where we came from.
Amsterdam.
Amsterdam.
Yeah.
Gate 72B. AMS. They've got the details right. And I flew out today on June 6th, 1995. So this game takes place, well, then, in 1995, in June 6th. All right.
And we get the key,
And we get the key.
which is
Yeah.
great.
As I said, it kind of is a spooky game.
It feels a bit spooky. It's not necessarily
Absolutely.
Yeah, very dark as well. Yeah.
So, and as you can see, nobody's really home, it seems. Here you go. Here's my lovely family. Sam,
Here is Sam, who's not here.
who is not here, and not anybody can know where she is. And we've got Katie, that is, as we've established, that's who I am. And mom and dad.
Jan and Terry.
Yeah, exactly. Jane or Jan? Jan and Terry. All right, there we go. No signal, it seems to be.
Yeah, that doesn't seem to be working.
All right.
Sam.
This is very low.
Yeah, I can't hear it.
I think you have the sound effects.
Sam, where are you?
Oh dear.
Really? I need to talk to you. Please be there.
Oh dear.
So is that our own voice or is this?
Hi, Mom. So I got my ticket home from Europe. I get back on June 6th, but it's a really late flight because that was the cheapest, so it gets in at midnight. But don't worry, I'll get a shuttle from the airport so you don't have to pick me up. Like, really seriously, you don't have to. Okay, so, love you. See you soon. Bye.
Well, that's me.
Really,
That's
we were not
good,
picked
Sam.
up.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
And then the note. Sam.
There's something up with Sam. Daniel from the old neighborhood called. He wants to come see the new house. Call him back. Mom, Daniel is a total weirdo. The only reason I ever hung out with him in the first place is he had a Nintendo when we were little.
That was a legit thing from the 90s, I have to say.
I have to say
Yeah.
that I may have hung out with some people who had Nintendos or other consoles that otherwise I would maybe not have hung out with for sure.
I think it still happens now,
Oh
doesn't
yes.
it? It's not something 90s.
No, absolutely not. But I mean,
It's about social capital,
But-
actually.
but it nicely points out within a game how a game connects, right? How a game can, and at the same time, it already reminds us of stuff that we experienced ourselves and people are experiencing right now. All right.
Yeah.
What's
All
this?
white timetable.
Katie's
Oh, this is a
departure.
gift for the
This is when I flew out on so this is
7th of June,
no, it's
1994.
America, so it's the other way around. It's the 6th of July,
Oh, I guess
1994.
so.
Yeah.
Of
I guess so.
course. Yeah.
This when I was in the States for working, that just absolutely just messed me up the first couple of months. That they do everything
Yeah.
the other way around.
Yeah.
So that must have been that.
Yeah.
So here I flew into Amsterdam, I flew out from Amsterdam. That's wonderful. All
Well
right.
thumbed piece of paper.
Well thumbed
Yeah.
piece of paper. Exactly. It seems that Mom has been wistfully looking at all right. Open
Yeah.
the drawer here. What's this?
Oh, there's another note.
Directions to work from new house. Ominous, ominous
Yeah.
thunder.
Very
Left
ominous.
on grab tree. Right. Oh, so to get from work from the new house. Okay, I guess this is
Yeah.
a new house. Right on Bullhorn.
Yeah, because
Okay.
there are all these packages and these boxes and stuff that have not been unpacked yet, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Right. I guess. And travel. For a moment, I read time travel here, but- which is, by the way, something you cannot see, unfortunately. But because we're in the
yeah,
way, let
we're
me
on
actually
the
let me
way.
get, let me get us out of the way. There we go. Boom. Time travel. 1 hour 10 minutes. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
There we go. You almost smell the house, don't you?
I mean,
Yeah.
it absolutely is.
Oh, is this on the bottom left?
What on the bottom?
On the other no, outside. Get out on the left behind the drawer.
Oh, you've got gamer eyes. I can see.
Can we pick it up? Yeah. I got
Ooh.
it. Oh,
Have a doggone cool 17th
Aw.
birthday. Happy birthday, Sam, Uncle Harvey.
Uncle Harvey.
Well, Uncle Harvey and his crazy cards, right?
Yeah.
Great.
All right. What's this then? Oh,
So what's on the tag?
Over the Alps, a novel traveling game for 2 to 6 players.
all right. I need to
Well,
know,
okay.
no, Aris. We've already have a free wiki crutch, but I'm just gonna push the button anyway because I like it so much. Can you wiki crutch me on whether this actually is an actual game over the Alps?
I can, of course.
I don't think so, but I may be
No.
wrong.
No, I
Over
also-
the Alps, 1930, was made in England as part of the Clevum series in around 1930s.
Ah,
There you go.
That's according to Board
it's a
Game
mobile
Geek, at
game in a
least.
way, right?
It is a mobile game.
Well, it's a board game. Well, there is one game in which you take from the 50s, you took with you while you were traveling, and then you took it out when you stopped and you played it.
Oh,
So
really?
that was the real first mobile game.
Oh, nice. What's
Yeah.
the name of the game?
Yeah, I have to look it up. I write about it at one point. Yeah, I'll tell you later. I forgot the name at this very moment.
I guess our mum, Jan, works at the forestry service. By the way, if you have questions for us, if you wanted us to go to a particular spot, maybe because you've already played this game, hey, let us know. Pick up my old track trophy. Oh, there we go. Regional track and field finals. Girls long jump event. Okay, I'm a pretty accomplished athlete apparently. By the way, can you actually see in the, because it seems to be relatively dark, or is it okay on the stream, Alice?
It seems
It's
okay. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it seems to be dark on my end in OBS.
It's a bit darkish, but it's okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
It
Grab the
also
skull.
plays on the atmosphere.
Echo
Is that-
and Mexico. I'm sure, yes, some sort of 5th of Mayo de Cinco de
Cinco de
Mayo,
Mayo, yeah.
Cinco de Mayo
Nice one.
tourism bit.
Yeah.
And another.
Regional track and field finals. 100-meter relay.
All right. So, man,
good.
that I'm gonna turn the lamp on, otherwise I'm gonna get scared.
Dark. Yeah.
A lot of books that we can't see what they are.
No, that's a pity, isn't it? It's always
It's a
the
bit of
case.
a
Oh
pity.
wait, there we
s-
go.
Some of them we can.
Algebra for beginners. That is algebra for
Okay.
beginners.
That one.
Hey, the,
A house with a lot of books.
The something of an empire.
yeah.
You see, I can't
The-
Mm.
read that.
No, it's
Ah.
very hard. This is what we specialize in Sabile, because we're game archaeologists, so we look at every little thing very much up close. But this I cannot even make out myself either.
That I don't know. The something of empires, which now makes me wanna know.
Something geometry? Well, who knows?
Yeah, a
Random
lot
books.
of random books. Yeah.
Oh,
And another
this,
door.
and this one is locked. Oh, that
That's can be good.
It
That
doesn't
ca-
look necessarily like a 90s house, right? If we talk about the past. Quite sort of
yeah, it's
old.
It
it's
has a bit of a rustic feeling to it.
Yeah.
it has a bit of a, I don't know, like a turn of the century, and I'm talking about the previous century. It seems
Yeah.
old. It seems
Yeah.
like an old
Sure.
house. Yeah, it's not like a
Yeah, kind of an old mansion.
yeah.
So one of the
Uh,
things I really like
Yes,
about this
sort
type
of.
of games, because I do like this type of games in general, is the on a personal level they make me feel like an archaeologist in game. So I often try to I like putting things together from abstract information, and this is very much the case here. Like we don't really know anything, so we're just thrown in there with some information, and we just have to put the information back together, which is something that games often do, and I feel like it can be part of the historical or archaeological research or any research for that matter, right? You're trying to put together a
It's
narrative
forensic.
based on the yeah, it's forensic. So yeah, I really like this.
Yeah, it is
And
forensic, yeah, and that is part of the archaeology as well. But it's
yeah,
also one of the things that I highlight in my pre-recorded lecture for this class is there's this famous saying in which, by the way, nicely ties into what Dionysus is saying in the chat right now. It feels like coming back after a long travel to a house you don't belong to anymore as you grew up.
Yeah.
There's this sort of famous saying, the past is a foreign country. It just comes from this book.
Yeah.
And actually, that book itself deals with the protagonist coming back to their childhood home and rummaging through stuff, their own stuff.
Yeah.
And it's some sort of an auto-ethnographic experience. And this is very much what is going on
Indeed.
here.
mm,
It is.
And it also shows
Yeah, go ahead.
it also shows that thing I was talking about in my lecture about that games are so much about discovering time through spatial movement.
mhm.
And that's
Yeah.
because it's stripped of all these other things and you're moving through the space. It makes it so clear that you are discovering bits of temporal information through moving through a space. So although your energy goes into a future-driven activity when it comes to space, through that you get engaged with the past.
Yep.
Or with other times, like this card in
And,
France.
and as Dimanius is saying, that nicely ties into the play assignment this week, because we will be revisiting games of our past. You got it. Yes. You're gonna go on for the toaster. That's exactly what we're intending with the play assignment for this week,
Exactly.
and the let's play for this week as well. So here we have been doing lots of Parisian things, including eating le petit déjeuner and wearing a beret. So aside from sort of channeling the 90s in many different ways, like with the answering machine earlier and just some of the stuff that is lying around, it also very much channels America to me. This so
Yeah,
the-
absolutely.
this going to Europe as a big journey of discovery is quite something people already
And
done.
this sort of
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this
and this stereotypical idea of France that everybody's
yes,
eating croissants and wearing berets. Yeah.
I'm hearing something.
Yeah, this doesn't sound like fun.
Read obituary. Oh dear.
Wow.
Oscar.
Oscar
Yeah.
Doc Mason, 60 of Boone County.
Mr.
Peacefully
Mason.
left on his home.
Oh, this is sad, but I don't really know. I don't think I've
don't really
seen the
know the
name
guy.
yet.
No.
Maybe.
Is there a
Look him up.
date? Is there a date on it? No, I can't read it fully, but
September
but
8th,
there's no date.
1933, born, and no other date. No.
No other date. No, so we don't. Can you flip it? Maybe.
But
it's-
how
No.
old? He became 60. He became 60.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
1993.
Yeah.
So
2 years ago.
big chance that this is somebody, maybe my grandpa or something like that. Could be, right?
Maybe.
Yeah.
So this is, I
I
think, where the
thought
game
it was
breaks
just
down a
Marco.
little bit, because you also have amnesia about this house. It seems.
Yeah, you literally know nothing about this house.
De
And
Soto.
this is
I don't know who De Soto is. I
This is
honestly haven't got a
not-
clue.
doesn't look like our doesn't look
No.
like some a pack of cards.
I
Nice.
so what I like about this as well is that
Closed as well, right? Is it
Clo-
sealed?
it is sealed, yeah.
It is sealed.
But that there's so much games around in this game as well. We already found a pack of cards. I'm gonna just put it there, I guess, and a board game already. So
And a
maybe we'll find a Nintendo somewhere. Hopefully,
And the link to the neighbor who plays
Yeah.
games. Yeah.
yeah, true. Oh yes, absolutely.
So that's the sort of meta message or whatever.
Yeah, And
Very
I-
meta.
very meta. And I think the whole idea is that my family has moved into this house while I was away, while I was on my trip to Europe. I think, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, that's
What do you wanna Wikicrats, Dantje? What is Wikicrats? Is this button that we have in the middle? Every time we have to look something up on Google, we get a Wikicrats point, which is not good. We don't want to be getting Wikicrats points.
Too many of them. Well, at the same time, they're fun to get.
Yeah.
So
It's our counter, basically.
so can we wiki crutch what to? What should we wiki crutch?
Yeah.
I don't know.
But so what I was, I think so. This type of games, I think if you start getting into them, then they create often
Dear
a mind
Katie,
frame around
Oh.
games.
So much has
Oh, sorry.
changed, even just since you've been away. We moved into this house. I'm in a new school. And my big sister being gone for a year doesn't make it any easier. It doesn't feel real. But I'm not gonna let it faze me. I used to tell you everything, and if I can't do it in person, because you're off gallivanting around who knows where, I'll tell it to this journal. Just like I was talking to you.
Oh, you want to know if the obituary was of a real person, but it's not that important anymore. I want so personal names are often in games are fictionalized, but it's a good question. We can wiki search this. It was we will find the little clip later because I think I'm heading back that way. So this
Oscar
was a
Doc Mason, right? That
Oscar
was-
Doc Mason, yeah. So this was our sister talking through us through a diary, so a diary fragment, which I think is a very nice. It's a vignette, basically, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's what she's doing. She's talking about how it is like to be in a new house while her sister is not there, right? So that is really talking about that particular experience. Author magazine.
Oh, look at that.
Nice.
Typewriter.
Stephen King. Bam. 1995, right? What did he publish in 1995?
Are you wiki? Do we need to be? Yeah, we are going to be wiki crutched on that, right? There we go.
I mean, I can't remember what all the books that he Stephen King bibliography 1995. It was Rose Mother, runner up for the Locus Award for best horror.
I see.
I've never read this.
I see that they also had horrible baby photos on toilet paper back in the 90s.
It's good. In American English, of course, now thicker just means now thicker, but in
Yeah, it means
also means more stupid.
more
Yeah.
stupid. Yes, exactly. Quick fix. I don't think
As
I don't. There we go.
Love the detail.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I love it. Love it. Absolutely love
Although I don't know if they
Very
already
useful.
had those barcodes on things in 1995. Probably they did.
it. Yeah, I think they
think so.
did. Yeah,
think they
interesting how you forget stuff like that, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that happened. I remember that it wasn't the case at one point. Or not standard. Probably in
I
1995.
cannot remember the
Time without.
no, a time without barcodes. So that's different between you and I. Okay, and there's all sorts of
Yeah.
stuff that I can do here, but
Well, it's interesting. What I find interesting is the stuff that you can do versus the stuff that matter that you do, and that is not necessarily always clear.
No.
Which sometimes it can be frustrating in games, but for me, it also they create an essence of that's the essence sort of research that I get to enjoy through games. So there
Yeah.
are games that are kind of mysterious in a way, like you don't know, you have to put things together, like The Witness or like Dark Souls, where there is no clear narrative, you have to figure it out. You never know what matters until it starts mattering. And I think this is a nice. Also, this game is a nice illustration of how games can work. That you don't always choices don't always have to be clear cut or necessarily visible
Yeah.
to be choices.
No, and in that sense, the sort of the allegation that gamers were making against this game that it wasn't a game
Yeah.
is also unfounded. And in that sense, I think as Sabine, you're talking about the magic circle, right? The idea of sometimes the magic circles is really sort of thick-walled kind of thing where it's very clear that you're in the action, etc.
Mm.
But sometimes it can also be something that almost is not game-like like this, but is still very much a magic circle and still very much this.
Mhm.
We hope that you're excited about your first day at Goodfellow High School. I'm sure Sam was.
I'm sure Sam was thrilled.
Yes.
No, because she didn't cross out.
Oh,
the
yes.
positive
She did cross.
attitude.
Wow,
So
yeah. Such a
check
nice
that
detail.
box.
That is a very good detail.
Such a nice detail.
Yeah.
I'm laughing now, but it's actually not fun, right? For a sister, but
Not for some.
no.
Not for some.
No.
I probably didn't get plenty of sleep the night
Oh
before,
my
I
god.
guess.
You are so lucky you finished high school
Oh.
before we moved into this house. So, it's the first day of school, and there I am, introducing myself to the class. And I say that I just moved into the house on Arbor Hill. All of a sudden, every kid in the room turns and just stares like I suddenly transformed into a mutant. I just stood there, wishing pretty hard for a rewind button. Because now maybe nobody knows my name, but they all know who I am. The Psycho House Girl.
Oh,
Great.
Psycho House Girl.
Psycho House Girl. Uh-oh. I'm getting
This is also very meta in a way, since the hour before we got to do a round of introduction of everybody,
yeah.
and now she was talking about how she was introducing herself into the
Yeah.
her new class
And also
random.
briefly
meta.
Very
talk about
meta.
transmedia storytelling at one point.
Hmm.
And this is, of course, a link being made between games as maybe a medium. Some people wouldn't call it a medium. And, Psycho Killer as what is it? The Hitchcock film.
Psycho. Yes. Yeah, exactly.
Psycho. Psycho Killer is a song, by the way.
Yeah, Psycho Killer. But Psycho
It's
or Haunted House, any sort of haunted
Yeah.
house movies. Absolutely.
So it's how computer games are often, you should see them in a broader context of other popular
Now I don't want to enter.
culture.
Now I don't want to enter. Help me,
No,
Vi.
go.
Give me.
Do it.
Great,
All right.
you might,
Okay. Oh, I do love those lamps.
No, what? How do you love those
Yeah,
lamps?
I
These
love
are, these are
those.
what make things scary.
These lamps, man. I have one. I have one right there.
Oh
You
my
can't.
God.
You can't. You can almost see it. I love these lamps. These are Roaring Twenties
too.
lamps. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Best
You
lamps.
have them in the library in New York and places like that. Yeah.
Give great
Yeah.
reading light. Okay. Oh, look. Now we know for
Now we know
sure.
it's the 90s.
Funny enough, the most used.
Oh, but that's even retro for the 90s, I would say, wouldn't you? Who's already
No.
having a
For
computer.
1995, maybe. I mean,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
would
yeah.
have you could have a PC
It
in
is a bit.
1995. This is a bit retro
I
indeed.
haven't.
Oh, Diminius is talking about
It's a
something
bit.
very interesting.
No, it's a bit anachronistic, one should say, or it is
Yeah.
sort of.
I'll get to Diminius in a bit. Pioneer. Okay. Oof. A Pioneer CLD combination laserdisc compact disc player at the the ripe old price of almost $1,000. Woohoo!
Whoa, this
I
is
mean,
an
that makes
archaeology of.
sense.
This is archaeology as well.
Media archaeology.
Archaeology, yeah.
What do I have the book here? I don't have the book here.
They say that a jack of all trades is a master of none. I have to disagree. Mastery is not a question of specialization, but sureness of purpose and dedication to craft. If you happen to be in the market for a combination LD-CD player, you'll be glad to know that Pioneer seems to share this particular ... Nice.
Very deep.
I think this may be an actual message that was received on a... I learned to type on one of those, but it was a bit retro by then already. Yeah, for sure. So Dimanius made a very interesting comment about Steam tags. We love Steam tags here.
We love Steam tags.
Steam tags are a great way to sort of get into games. And you said that, if I recall correctly, that this game has been tagged more often as Walking Simulator than the Stanley Parable. Another game, Stanley Parable is a game about games, very, very literally, right?
Yeah, also an excellent game. If you've never played the Stanley Parable, you should 100% play it. Like maybe it's a bit too much at points, but it's great.
What
Oh.
if JFK
Wasn't JFK. Back to basics. Send back in time. Hey, it's a time machine.
There we go.
To Dallas 1963.
1963.
Oh my goodness. What is this?
When JFK?
When JFK was
when
killed.
was he killed?
Yeah, in 1963, right? What? Wait.
Yeah. Was it? 1961, right, or no?
USSR.
Oh, do we have to be research on this?
1963.
Wait, when was JFK killed? 1961 or
JFK
63?
poison kidnap.
1963, yeah, 1963.
Oh, sorry, which
November.
one? Which one are you reading, Sibyl? Paradox results. Poison what? Oh, poisoned, kidnapped, injured. Yeah. Why not disrupt motorcade minutes before who can fire? Okay. Paradox results in JFK death being desired outcome. Magic bullet. This is nice. This is the QAnon. This is QAnon of the 90s, which was very much.
Actually, it's conspiracy, and it was at that point. There was also films about it, right? There was
Exactly.
films about
The
it.
JFK assassination
And
was.
but he's
yeah.
still alive, you know.
I mean,
that sort of
people
stuff.
nowadays believe that JFK is still alive.
Yeah, which probably would be dead by now anyway.
Yeah.
But it's interesting because what this also talks to me about is time forking and alternative timelines, which is what we will talk about. I wiki crutched myself. Bet you're going to find some Zapruder tapes. Someone is into conspiracy theories in this family. It definitely seems, yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess this is the dad. I think.
Is that assuming?
Oh wait, is this? What is? Yeah, but what is this? What is this? There's a double. There's a double.
Oh, there's a double drawer. Read the letter.
Man,
Oh.
Terrence.
Breyer.
Sorry.
Okay.
All right. Oh my
Terrence
goodness.
Breyer.
I
What is
write
this handwriting?
Ooh, that was.
on what I
Do it,
hope
Angus.
and imagine is a joyous occasion. News reaches me that you are newly married to a wonderful young woman. I've had more than a little time to consider my past and my family, and my thoughts have often lingered on your development and welfare in the 10 years since we last met. Your marriage gives me much reassurance in this regard. You're always welcome on Arbor Hill. I will understand, of course, if you feel you cannot accept this invitation. Yours very sincerely, Oscar Mason.
Oscar Mason.
The plot thickens.
Plot thickens. That's
Stephen King's 11/22/63 is about someone who goes back in time to stop the assassination. Yeah, there you go.
This is 1972.
That was 1972.
Left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, whoops. I think that was probably nothing. Okay. I think this must be my father's office. There's lots more books here. What's this? Ah, there we go. The Killing of JFK, a theory. You've seen the movie. You were already referencing the movies, Bill.
And it's interesting. It says, yeah.
You've seen the movie.
It's not saying the theory. Yeah.
No, a theory. Very good.
Yeah.
At least the author is.
Yeah.
Oh. A combination
Oh.
lock.
766.
we don't know yet, right? We don't have a code, or is
I'm
it
just go-
1888? Yeah. No, 188, right? Do 1888.
188. I'm gonna go for
Oh, you're gonna go 963? Okay.
3, yeah. Yeah.
no. So
Do
what?
1888.
172? 172?
Where did you see 188?
It was on the postal code of that
Yeah,
letter.
No. Ah, not
Sorry.
yet.
Or 1972?
1972, maybe. What was the date again of the JFK assassination?
1963. Yeah, you tried it.
No, but the literal date. Oh,
Oh,
wait.
the date
I don't
is
know.
22 November, so I don't think it fits.
Yeah, 22.
3? No, 22
What about 1995? No?
Maybe. No.
Or,
Okay.
or 1122 for that matter, because it's the States, I guess. But I don't think that's it. I think we have to
Find something
figure
else.
out some more details. Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Later, maybe. Nothing here.
Later drawer. Nothing there. Nice.
a Bob Ross painting.
Yes.
Exactly, that's what I wanted to say.
A very 90s or 80s
Very
effect.
90s as well.
Mhm. Oh,
Is there a radio or a cassette player on that chair?
Right.
Or
is there a cassette player? I don't see a cassette player
This
I
anywhere.
don't know. It
count-
was on the.
On the chair.
Spoon count?
Now, this is
Oh,
still
no.
the
Oh,
book.
no.
The book.
Oh, that's still the thing. My sense of direction is crap. So.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, this is 1994.
Yeah.
Maybe as a
Pacific
date.
Insurance Masters.
Okay, this was when
Arbor Hill again.
we moved in.
Yeah.
Would be highly destructive to the walls, floors, and fixture. Okay.
Wow.
Okay, basically there's some old wiring in this house. Not very safe maybe to turn everything on. All right, this thing
That is
works.
not safe. I have one like that actually. I never dared to use it because if you put your finger in it, I think it will just
Yeah.
be cut off, right?
It will
really
just be cut off.
Wha-
I remember
60.
I remember my grandmother she always had these old fans, and she was very adamant that I should never go close to them ever. She was like, you're not even allowed to turn them on." I'm like, okay.
Yeah,
So wait,
but they're
JF,
beautiful. They're
JFK,
not from the 90s. They're older. Yeah.
JFK Jr. is allegedly going to reappear according to QAnon. Oh dear.
I mean, yeah, it's one of these paradoxes of QAnon regarding like
Yeah.
what they believe about JFK, and you're like, wait a minute.
What I like about this game is that it's a game about the 90s. So for many
Yeah.
people maybe watching, this is already, they weren't even born in the 90s yet. Or not many, but a couple maybe. But, you know, if a game is about the 90s, it doesn't mean that all the stuff you find in there is about the 90s. Because often when you do like, oh, this game is, you know, has 80s style or 90s style
Yeah.
or 60s.
No,
and, like,
exactly.
everything is
Yeah.
from that. But, you know, in my house in the 90s, my parents' house, you wouldn't find all sort of stuff from the 90s. You would find stuff from the 80s, 70s, 60s, and maybe
Yeah, for
older.
sure.
Well, there are people who change
especially
their
if this game-
furniture and everything to be completely. But that's so boring.
Yeah, not archaeologists. They'll keep stuff around.
And I think in a way that
Oh, there
makes
more
it
books.
More, yeah. There's plenty of books here, Sabine. They read. This family reads.
I do.
I mean, probably they didn't have any internet, so they had to read.
1995, I guess you could have internet potentially, right?
Yeah, you definitely could have, absolutely, but
Yeah.
this doesn't seem very. Grab
No.
that second book. Okay,
Oh my
so
God.
that is.
Clearly, that is so much
Ooh.
into this. The accidental pariah.
Oh, a message from our future.
The
So
accidental
here we're trying
pariah.
time traveling again.
Absolutely.
see.
But within the next
I don't wanna
24
be
hours. Oh, wow. A James Bond for today's audience. Casey DeWitt, Amok Now. Amok Now is, you know, I don't want to say that this is both a very contemporary game as well as an old-fashioned game. Compelling, a thriller worth its salt. Okay. Okay, gosh, Dad. Gosh, Dad, indeed. Wait.
Gosh,
Oh, wait. That's why Gosh, Dad. Oh, Dad.
Oh, she's
Under,
young.
she's very young. Moscow by Night, drugs, prostitution. is the love.
1989.
Oh, Japan's bloody war on dolphins. Yeah, I'm sure that Dad read it for the bloody war on dolphins article. I'm sure that's what. Oh my God! Also beneath your own books, Dad, have some, have
Yeah. Some grace.
have some grace. Oh well. I guess that's Dad's for you. Oh yes, and here's Fresh magazine.
True
Oh
stories.
my
I was a
God.
teenage drag queen.
Yes.
I have no idea about the drag scene of the 90s.
I
but,
I
Oh,
know.
there was a drag. Well, yeah, there was a drag. I don't think I don't know where in Amsterdam there was, but yeah.
Yeah.
The male gaze, how to subvert it.
Asserted.
This is great. This is a real
is
sort of
great.
anachronistic thing, right?
Yeah.
Fresh wouldn't look like that at all in the 90s.
No, the male gaze, it doesn't
Yeah.
exist anymore. That's really a thing of the 90s.
Yeah.
Very nice. Somehow I don't think this is Dad's magazine.
I
I
like
just-
how it's like 9210. Does anybody still care? And I was like, yeah. Even then people did not
Yeah.
care.
No, exactly. All right.
Look,
There's also the
Ginkgo
pens.
leaf on a coaster.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Sharp-eyed. Very sharp-eyed. All right. We will be having to sign off very quickly. These are very short. If you just joined
Oh,
us and you're
God.
normally, I mean, time flies.
Really?
Time
One-
flies.
Yeah, you know, I just talked in that lecture about time has a different is a different experience when you play. Huizinga says that you enter a different time relation thingy, and that's exactly what this shows, right? It flies.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So
And
for those of you who are not necessarily part of the course, but you still want to follow this course, all the videos are on YouTube.
yeah, and we will have
Uh,
a whole open website as well with links to all the literature that you can find. So if you just joined in, stick around, watch for example the Past That Plays Twitter, and next week again we will be here, and ongoing. So keep a watch on this, and there will also be a whole course around this. For those of you
Yes.
who we will not be next week, by the way, because next week is the Dies Natalis, the university birthday. So we won't be
Yes.
here next week, but we will be back in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Really, as I said, I've never played this, but I'm gonna finish this game now.
Yeah, for
Really
sure.
nice.
Really
But it
nice.
really, I think, to go back to the original discussion about whether this is a game or not, I think it's based on also the things we discussed and what we've seen. This is very much, this is a kind of play as well, right? This is one of the things that you're
Absolutely.
doing in terms of play, and I think that's also, again, for me, this is where play and research sort of converge, because I like
Yeah.
to see research as play. That's because then it also makes it much more enjoyable. But I think games
Yeah.
like this or other games again like Witness make make it very clear how finding things is fun. So how you can like piece things
Yeah.
together. It's like a puzzle, which is the
And
simplest
having a
explanation.
playground where you can pick up things as a
Yeah, as
like
well.
a big doll's house, what we
Yeah.
talked about
Yeah.
before.
Yeah, and particularly
I think that was great.
accessing the past through things is also
Yeah.
fun, and
Absolutely.
something we all
Yeah.
do. So
Yeah.
you are going to be accessing your own past this week if you're part of this course through playing a game from your childhood, whatever game it is, and
Yeah.
of course you're going to be accessing some other past through things as well next week in the lab. So because there you will play
You
with
will-
things from the past,
Yeah.
and it will be very much about accessing it and experiencing a game from the past. So should be a lot of fun. Looking forward to the vignettes that you will write about your own playful experiences, and we will see you not next week, but in 2 weeks. Bye.
Yeah. See you all. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.